Okay, we're recording. Hi everybody, this is Mike Warner. I am the 4th and 5th grade teacher here at Hope Lutheran Church in Greece, New York. Stuck inside the house during COVID, so we're not doing Sunday school in church, we're doing it here. Now, we're going to start a little change here. It's the middle of summer, people are going on vacation, and Miss Tina and Miss Abby and Mr. Warner, we're going to be going week on, week off. So, look for me this week. Next week, look for Miss Tina and Miss Abby, and then we'll go week on, week off until Sunday school starts again. People keep asking me and Miss Becky, when is Sunday school going to start back? And the question is, I don't know. So we're just going to go along with this until Sunday school comes back. I think it'll be someday in the fall, hopefully. I hope you're doing well. Now, this week's lesson. I'm liking this here. As a matter of fact, Isla Grace, come here.
Okay.
Stand right by me. This is a spelling test because we're doing homework right now. And the first thing we got is
Can you help?
No. Can you pronounce this?
King. I can't tell if there's just.
No. Up to my thumb.
King.
King.
Her.
King.
Her.
King. King Nebuchadnezzar. What we used to call him in my Sunday school class was King Neb. King Nebuchadnezzar. And then
Can you read that one, Isla?
Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. These were actually pretty common names 3,000 years ago. Not today. I don't know anybody named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego now. And by the way, take out your number 2 pencils and a piece of paper there, because there'll be a test on these, a spelling test. Get your mom and dad to do a spelling test. See if they can spell Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was a king. He was a king of Babylon. Babylon is where Iraq is today. The people of Israel, they had messed up again. They do this every so often. And so God let the Babylonian army come in, capture all of Israel, and haul about half the people back up to Babylon. So we got the people up in Babylon, and they're working for King Nebuchadnezzar. Well, there's 3 guys there, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they're working for the king, and they're doing pretty good. Now, it doesn't say how old they are. They got beards, so I'm thinking they're maybe in their mid-20s, but they're young men, these 3 young men. Well, the king's decided, I'm the king, and I want things the way I want things. I want people to worship me. So he has these people in his kingdom create this gigantic statue. Now, we're talking about a statue that's like, take 2 houses, stack them on top of each other, like 4 stories high. There's this huge statue of the king. It's made out of gold, because he was pretty important. And he says, okay, this is what I want. I want everyone, when we blow the trumpets and the horns and play the lyres and the lutes, he says, I want everybody to stop and bow down to my golden statue. Well, if you're the king, I guess you can do that. But now God had told the people of Israel, no, you can't do stuff like that. You worship me, you don't worship idols. Can't do that stuff. And so when they called upon the people to, they play the lyre and the stringed instruments and the horns and all that sort of stuff there, and all the people bowed down, it was kind of like strange because there were like 3 or 4 people scattered out there that weren't bowing down because they were Jews. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the 3 guys are right together because they're bros, and they're together and they're not bowing down. And Nebuchadnezzar's people sat there and said, those 3, they work for you, and they're not bowing down. So they hauled him away, and the king said, you gotta bow down. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, no, we're just ordinary guys, but we're not going to bow down. God told us not to. Nebuchadnezzar says, uh-huh. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego say, uh-uh. Yeah, uh-uh. Nebuchadnezzar finally said, look, I'm going to punish you, because the law I had written, if you don't bow down, I'm going to throw you into a fiery furnace. And they sat there and said, so be it. God will protect us. I'm not sure as I want to be thrown into a fiery furnace. That's what he did, though. He had the furnace stoked up. This is a gigantic furnace, though. Huge furnace, the kind you can walk into. and he had stoked up super, 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 super hot. And he tied them up. And he made the soldiers take them in and walk them into the furnace. It was so hot that the soldiers on the outside of the furnace died because the heat was so bad. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego go into the fiery furnace. End of the story. No, it's not the end of the story. King Nebuchadnezzar, he's sitting there going, wait a minute. I'm looking inside the furnace. We put 3 guys in there. There's 4 guys in the furnace. There's a 4th guy and he's walking around in there. They're walking around in the furnace. Now, it doesn't really say who it was. Was it Jesus? Was it an archangel? It doesn't really say in the Bible, but it was somebody from heaven walking around and protecting them in that furnace. And so he says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, come out. And the 3 guys come out of the fiery furnace. And they're whole, and they're not injured, and their clothes are not burned, and their beards are not singed. As a matter of fact, they don't even smell like smoke. He says, how is this possible? And they said, God told us not to bow down to an idol, and God protected us. The story is not so much about the furnace. It's not so much about King Nebuchadnezzar. The story is more about 3 common, normal guys. God gave them the courage to stand up for what they believed in. God will give you the courage to stand up for what you believe in too. Now, kids, I want you to tell mom and dad that they need to take out the number 2 pencils and a piece of paper, and you tell them, see if you can spell Nebuchadnezzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and get the spelling right, and then check it against their Bible. Because that'd just be fun to see them do it. Can Mr. Warner do it? Yeah, sure, I think so. Next week, catch Miss Tina and Miss Abby, and I'll be back in 2 weeks. In between, though, every week, you got to catch Carl. If you're not catching Carl, man, you're missing something. Even Mr. Warner loves Carl. He is funny, really funny. I want that Chick-fil-A sweater type deal, because he looks cool. And until next time, bye.